After 2-ish weeks of speed dating European cities, I found the one. To recap, I, a 30-year-old American woman, am living out my longtime dream of moving to Europe. But to pick which place was best before packing, I decided to date 5 cities: Dublin, Amsterdam, Paris, Barcelona, and Berlin. In many ways, the trip didn't go as I'd planned, which made it all the better in the end. I started my journey in Dublin and fell in love as soon as I left the airport. People were whimsical and welcoming, and fall-colored ivy and abundant rainbows made it look like a fairy tale. As I watched the sunset in Howth on my last day, I told close friends that I didn't want to go on the rest of my trip. I was smitten, but they encouraged me to keep my heart and options open, so I kept my Claddagh ring pointed out. Amsterdam was next, my #1 choice before I started the trip. I met kind and interesting people and had a whirlwind, cinematic few days I'll never forget. But I felt it was less because of the city itself and more because of the travelers passing through. Amsterdam was perfect on paper, beautiful, international, walkable, but I just didn't feel the spark. Then came Paris, a city I've spent most of my life visiting, thanks to my French exchange students turned dear friends. And while j'adore la vie, the social scene remains a tough meringue to crack. Paris was the only place where I didn't meet any new friends. Still, I was more than happy to sip champagne and laugh with old amis, who will always welcome me back. Barcelona was next, and I felt an instant connection to it, like I had with Dublin. Everywhere I looked, I saw friends and family disfrutando la ciudad radiante, and I enjoyed using the Spanish skills I'd strengthened while studying in Madrid. Plus, I reconnected with old friends and made fabulous new ones, who all seemed to share similar values and lifestyles. Heading to my date with Berlin, I had that Dublin-type feeling of not wanting to leave Barcelona. And I guess the universe listened, because my flight got cancelled and the following day's ones sold out. I decided to spend more days in Barcelona before heading back to Dublin for a final comparison. By the time I touched down in Ireland a few days later, my heart had made its decision. At one point on the trip, I took a friend's yoga class. She spoke about the start of fall, telling us to pick our guiding ideals for this new season. The words home and expansion came to mind. And while I'll only have one literal apartment at a time, this solo trip allowed me to return home to myself, while also expanding my idea of what home could look like. I'd been so set on finding a long-term spot, but encountering so many beautiful people and places made me realize I'd be robbing myself by choosing just one indefinitely. And as long as I continue to keep my heart open and stay curious, I will always feel rooted, whether that's in America, Europe, or anywhere else in the world. But for this next phase, I'm excited to build an active community, expand my creativity, and keep on feeling that easy joy. In Barcelona. See you in January, Ciudad!